Amy. Do you have the time? I forgot my watch.
Sure. It's funny, it seems to have stopped.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, I thought I'd never get here. It's all right. I'll see you tonight. Morning, Stephen.
Amy, you okay?
I'm all right now. It's just a bad dream.
Another one. You've been having a lot of these lately.
No, I'm all right.
Another dream about Stephen? Look, I don't know if you should go on nursing this guy. Look at what it's doing to you.
I can handle it, Sam.
Oh, it's nightmares now, but what's next? He's really affecting you.
Yeah. That's why I feel like I can't stop. I feel like a bond growing between us.
With Stephen Richardson.
It's like he's trying to get through to me.
He's in a coma, Amy. He's not getting through to anyone.
Something's happening, Sam.
Look, you've heard what he's done. He's dangerous. It's just spooking you. It's simple. It'd spook anyone. It's okay.
Sam, look at the clock.
There must have been a power surge during the night.
It says 6 o'clock.
Beautiful and can tell the time. I am a lucky guy.
Don't you see what I'm saying? It's past the time I should be awake. I had that dream because Stephen was telling me I'd be late for work.
Oh, come on, Amy.
He wants me with him, Sam.
You're up early.
Sorry, Martha, don't disturb you.
No, I didn't hear a thing. But I can always tell when there's something troubling you.
I broke the law, Martha. I'm a cop. Yesterday, I broke the law.
Sheridan and Wheels?
I got him out of the country.
How?
Oh, less you know, the better.
Oh, George.
Yeah, you pull a few strings, call up a few favours, and suddenly betrayed everything you ever stood for.
You don't really think they're criminals, do you?
In the eyes of the law, they are.
No, that's not what I asked.
Look, it's my job to uphold the law, not to question it.
Even when the law's wrong. Anyway, this isn't about the law. This is about two people's lives. Ed Farrell was going to kill them.
Keep reminding myself about that.
So if it's a choice of following the letter of the law or getting blood on your hands, there's really no choice at all, is there?
You make it all sound so cut and dried.
Well, it is. How can anything that saves people's lives be wrong?
It isn't. It's just led to a whole lot of other things that are wrong. Now, the more I think about this, the more I realise there's a hell of a difference between being a cop and seeing that justice is done. And I don't like it.
So I'll see you tonight, okay? Oh, I'm gonna be a bit late.
I'm worried about you.
Well, don't be.
I mean it. You shouldn't keep on nursing Stephen. Can't you get a transfer?
Sam, I tried, remember? They told me either stick with the case or I lose my job. Nursing's the only thing I'm good at, Sam.
Why couldn't you have been a hairdresser?
I'm gonna be fine, okay? And listen, this is a huge challenge for me. You know, I'm really glad I've stuck with it. I want to prove I can do it. Amy Preston isn't a quitter, you know that.
Neither Sam Farrell. Can you do just one thing for me?
Name it.
Lay off the Stephen King novels. Your imagination doesn't need it.
Okay, people will shut you up. I was just going anyway. Bye.
Bye. I've got to get down the station.
You can spare your old man a few minutes, can't you? I need to talk.
Morning, Amy. Do you have the time? I forgot my watch.
Yeah, sure. Gee, that's funny. It stopped.
Oh, never mind.
Hi. thought I'd never get here. It's okay. I'll see you tonight. Morning, Stephen.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Are you all right?
Yeah.
They're wonderful. Just wonderful.
They certainly are.
Thank you, Miss O'Brien.
Thank you.
Oh, they're wonderful. What do you think, James?
They're the best Dolmades I've ever tasted.
Not the Dolmades, the clothes.
Oh. Sorry. Well, what can I say? They're wonderful.
The Dolmades are wonderful too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is. Oh, I can feel it, can you?
For what?
Oh, success. We're on the brink of major success. Babies with Attitude is going to be the Dior of diapers, the Coco Chanel of the kindergarten, the Christian Leclerc of the playpen. Oh, not at the moment, thanks. Anyway, Rula, thank you very much for delivering these. We'll see you next week. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Do you think if I dropped a few hints, you might make some baklava next week?
Do you think you could stop thinking about your stomach and help me start folding these clothes?
Police admit they have nothing more to go on and have called off the search for the wanted pair.
They're safe. No one will get them now.
Yeah, just as well.
Guess I better take Farrell his breakfast. He must have a pretty empty feeling in his stomach this morning. There you go. Now, are you sure you can afford that, Mr. Farrell? You're out of work now, aren't you?
Don't you worry about me.
You know, you can check out the pub notice board if you want. Plenty of jobs there. Dog catcher sounds real good.
Well, what are you waiting for? Isn't it your turn to put in the boot?
What's the point?
You know, you've done a lot of growing up lately, haven't you?
Is that what you wanted to talk to me about?
Yeah. You don't need me around to hold your hand anymore.
No, you've looked after me enough, thanks.
Of course I have. But now you're independent. Use it.
How?
Go back to Newbridge. Make a name for yourself. Stay in this dump and the only place you'll go is nowhere. Fast.
I happen to like this dump, Dad.
Sam, you're going to have a brilliant career ahead of you. And don't throw it away by hanging around the Lone Ranger and Tonto.
I enjoy working with George and Max. My transfer's confirmed, so here's where I'm going to stay.
And throw away all that potential? You're making a big mistake.
I don't see it that way at all.
Trust your old man for once. All right?
Why should I listen to this? First you tell me I'm a disgrace to the uniform, and then you hand me this line about my brilliant potential. I'm sorry, Dad, but this just doesn't work with me anymore, okay?
Penny, aren't you a little bit behind? And wasn't the order for 900 outfits?
Ah, yes, well, some people would consider me running behind, but it's a very clever marketing ploy.
Oh, it is.
Yes, well, if you keep things harder to get, more people will want to buy them.
Hello, James Newman. Hello, Mrs. Hughes, how are you? No, I'm not sick. I'm just working at home. Yes, working very hard at home. My wife? Yes, I'll just get her. It's for you, darling.
How do you do, Mrs... Well, no, actually, I'm a bit... Fine, no problem. We'll see you then. Your boss's wife wants me to join her charity. She's going to be here in an hour.
Are you kidding? This place is a mess.
Sarge, where do you reckon Wheels and Sheridan got to, eh?
Got no idea.
I mean, it's incredible. Ed Farrell goes all the way up to the bush to get him, and they get away.
Yeah, well, just as well. Otherwise, they'd be dead now.
No clues, nothing. It's almost like they vanished.
Yeah.
Maybe someone told them that Ed Farrell was coming, eh?
Max, they've gone. The case is over. Let's forget it.
Maybe someone tipped them off, Sarge.
We've got better things to do than sit around here and let our imaginations run riot, Constable.
Sarge, it's the only possible explanation. Who knew where Wheels and Sheridan were? There was Jojo, Valentine, and
me. Now, I'm going to tell you this just one more time, Max. Forget it.
That's an order. Sarge, did you...
That's an order, Max.
Yes, sir.
No? Yeah. I'm not used to being on my own for so long. Nurse's life usually isn't this quiet.
It can get pretty intense.
Yeah.
Well, since everything seems all right here, I better get on with my rounds.
Ellie. You knew Stephen pretty well before, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What was he like?
Well, I know it sounds incredibly naive now, but everyone thought he was a great guy.
He was popular?
Absolutely. He did a lot for the community. Worked with Bob on church committees, ran karate lessons for the kids. He even taught Claire.
I've seen photos of him. He's pretty handsome, wasn't he?
Very. Had plenty of women running after him.
Was he a bit of a playboy?
No, there was more to him than that. But when it came to relationships, most of the time, he was a very caring and generous person.
What went wrong?
Who knows? Until the past was dragged up, he seemed normal.
Past being Becky Campbell.
When Sheridan started talking about Becky's murder, I don't know, it must have tipped him back into another side of his personality.
Ellie, did Sheridan actually see him kill her? I mean, you know, children imagine things, don't they?
Well, I doubt she'd imagine anything as horrible as that.
Yeah, but there was no one there to confirm it.
What are you getting at?
There's a chance that Sheridan could be wrong, isn't there? There's a chance that Stephen didn't kill Becky Campbell.
Where are they, George? Where did you send Wheels and Sheridan? Interstate? Out of the country?
What are you talking about, Ed? Haven't you got enough to deal with? With charges of causing a public mischief?
I'll deal with that in due course. You know, I always took you to be a straight down the line, do it by the book man.
Does this little visit have any point, or are you just here to lick your wounds?
It's got a point. I'm going back to the security business, where you don't rat on your mates. At least, not to their faces.
Oh, good for you, Ed. I reckon you could use another $1 million.
But first, there's a matter of my son. Seems like he's taken a shine to this little outfit you and Tonto run here.
You may be surprised, Ed, but to some cops, the force isn't just car chases and drug busts.
And some cops are losers. But Sam isn't.
Glad to hear it. A loser wouldn't last 5 minutes in the station.
He wants to stay here. I tried to talk him out of it, but he wouldn't be in it.
I like Sam. He's a good cop.
I want to talk a deal with you.
With me?
Yeah. Something that'll make me happy. Do Sam some good. And make you, George, a very rich man.
Here you go. Nice and neat. The perfect family home.
Flowers make Mum sneeze.
Well, I think losing my job's a little more serious than that, believe me.
Where's Gumby? You buried Gumpy.
No, I didn't. He just wanted somewhere warm to sleep, that's all.
How do I look? Puke.
Oh, you look like Doris Day in Pillow Talk.
Pillow what?
Pillow Talk. That's an old comedy about a crazy marriage.
Right. You don't want me to act crazy for Mrs. Hughes, do you?
No. Nice pot of tea, matching cups and saucers, a few adoring looks my way, we should be fine.
I told you.
Look, you don't think you've got any time to bake some scones or...
A ring, I need a ring. Why can't you have a normal job?
Well...
Charlie's things, they're in my room.
So, she sleeps there?
No, she doesn't. We're married. She's supposed to sleep in your room.
Look, deep breath. Think housewife. Think wholesome and good. I'll get Charlie's stuff.
Wholesome and good. Just make me think about loaves of bread. Mr. Herring, we paid last week's rent, didn't we?
I'm not here about the rent. I'd like to see Bronco for a minute.
Bronco.
Yeah, Bronco. Your husband, the cowboy.
Bronco, that's right. He's my husband. I'm definitely married to Bronco, no doubt about that.
No, that's why I'm here to see him.
Well, you can't. He's in the shower. No, he's not, Eve.
All right, I'll come back in 5 minutes.
Actually, could you come back next week? He takes very long showers.
He's under the shower for the whole week.
Opal mining's a very dirty business.
What a joker. I'll make it 10 minutes.
Jamie, get your clothes off, quick.
Well, ready to accept an offer you can't refuse?
Say what you got to say, Ed.
George, I want you to come and work for me. You'll have money, prestige. I'll even buy you a suit.
You can't beat them, buy them, eh?
Oh, George, I'm offended. This isn't a bribe. I'm offering you a new career.
What do you want, Ed?
I want you to look after my kid. You stay on this job for a year, train him up, and he become one of the youngest sergeants the force has ever seen.
What happens to me?
You quit. On the books, you'll be working for me, Farrell Securities, but in reality, you'll be in happy retirement.
Yeah, there's only one small problem there, Ed. Still got 5 years to go here.
Oh, and then what? Sit on your porch all day with your old lady watching the world go by?
Martha and I've got some plans.
Can't be very big ones. The police pension isn't worth peanuts. And sergeants don't get paid much either, do they?
We don't all live for money, Ed.
Really? Oh, it'd be nice to be able to afford a little runabout. Or maybe a caravan. And how would you like a holiday overseas?
At what cost?
I'm leaving now. To go to a world where people have the brains to appreciate money. In the meantime, George, think about my offer. See you around.
Well, I wish he'd hurry up. I feel ridiculous.
You look ridiculous. Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? I look like I'm about to audition for a washing powder ad.
Why didn't you think up something a little easier, like a bank clerk or a sales rep? I mean, why a redneck opal miner?
He's not a redneck.
No? Well, still, I'm the one that has to sit round like a refugee out of the village, people.
Oh, come on, fair's fair. If I can pretend to be the perfect wifey to impress your boss, you can return the favour so we can keep the fat. It's a roof over your head too, you know. That'll be him. Now, do you remember the spiel? You're only here for a week to sell your opals, and that's
then
off.
Down to the mine for 6 months.
And that's the end of this charade. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, unless he smells a rat.
Well, that's entirely up to you. Glasses.
I'm sorry. I've obviously come at the wrong time.
Who was that?
Mrs. Hughes?
Oh, no.
That's okay. I don't think she recognised me.
I hope not.
Sorry.
Bob! Now look what you made me do. This is unprofessional. I'm at work.
Well, you learn something every day, don't you?
What?
That doctors just aren't allowed to have a sense of humour.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I've got things on my mind.
Like what?
Amy.
And what about her?
She tells me she's coping with nursing Stephen, but I'm not so sure. She's so tense.
Well, that's a big responsibility.
No, it's more than that. She's getting sucked in by him, Bob. By this mystique that Stephen's got. She was pumping me for information about him before.
Well, what's so unusual about that? He's notorious. Of course she's going to be interested.
Yeah, this isn't a healthy interest, though. This is an obsession.
Well, surely any nurse that specials in one patient is going to seem obsessive. Otherwise, she wouldn't be doing a job right, would she?
Do you think there's a chance that Sheridan could have been wrong about Stephen?
What do you mean?
About killing Becky Campbell?
What?
Well, we only got her word for it, and she was only 6 years old. I mean, maybe she saw something else that scared her and she got confused. Kids can do that.
Well, what about Michael, Virginia, all the others?
Yeah. I'd always thought it was the mention of Becky Campbell that set him off, but if he didn't do it, then what did set him off?
Now she's getting obsessed.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on. Stephen's in a very deep coma. Amy's a competent nurse. I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
Great.
Funny the way Wills and Sheridan just disappeared like that, mate.
I wouldn't call it funny. I'd call it really lucky.
I reckon someone tipped them off your old man was coming, eh?
Do you?
Yeah. You reckon it might have been the Sarge?
Maybe. Who knows? I'd have done the same thing if I knew.
Sam, that's breaking the law.
Come on, Max. My old man wanted Wills and Sheridan dead. What would you have done?
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. They were my friends. You know, when you put on the uniform, you're there to uphold the law. That's what I was always taught. But when you're on the street doing it, it's never that simple.
Sorry?
You haven't been listening to a word I've been saying. You okay?
You got a girlfriend, Max?
Yeah. Well, I think so. I used to go out with Nikki, but she moved back to New Zealand to sort things out with her mum. Why? You worried about Amy or something?
Yeah, she's nursing Stephen Richardson in the hospital.
He's in a coma, mate. There's not much he can do.
For a guy who's unconscious, he sure has a huge effect on her.
Yeah. Must be pretty creepy for her.
Yeah. Hey, can you tell George I won't be long?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go and see him, all right? Okay? Won't be long, Max.
Come on. I know you're in there. Come on, Stephen. I know you're watching me. I saw your eye move. How about a little action from those baby blues, huh? I knew it. I knew there was something going on in there. Stephen, this is fantastic. Do you know what this means? It means you're getting better. You're coming out of your coma. Straight up the doctor.
What did Mr. Herring want?
Oh, he was very entertaining. Made me espresso coffee. His wife filled me full of cakes.
After all those dull Marties, you'll have to start watching your weight.
Yeah, and then he asks my advice on how to invest in opal mining. Oh, thanks very much. I've just given the performance of my life and all you can do is laugh.
What did you say?
Well, what any other hard-bitten opal miner would say. Any bloke who wants a piece of the action without getting in and doing the hard yakka as well is a scumbag.
Jamie, you're supposed to be nice to him. What if he throws us out?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up.
Yeah, well, you've got to. You like being employed, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah, well, I like having a roof over my head, so we're stuck with it.
I hope that's not Mrs. Hughes.
Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Hughes. How are you? Yes, he's here. He's been working very hard. It's for you, darling.
Maybe she recognised me after all. Hello, Mr. Hughes. You what? I mean, no, that'd be great. Yes, thank you very much. I'll see you then.
What? What?
Get this. Mr. Hughes wants to play tennis with me this afternoon.
Is that all?
Are you kidding? I mean, getting invited to play tennis is the first step up the ladder. It means the boss likes you. It means you're in. Penny, this is my big break. At last.
Hi, son. They're playing tingle.
Comes with age, Jojo. They forget where they are.
Don't be such a creep.
G'day, George. Your usual, the juice of freshly squeezed oranges?
What I need is a whiskey.
George, you don't drink.
No, I haven't for ages, Ern. Sometimes I think, why shouldn't I?
Well, if you like.
No. Don't worry, Ern. The juice will be fine.
So, what's up? Martha on the rampage?
Ern, if you could do whatever you wanted to do, what would it be?
What's the budget?
Unlimited. So you got all the dough you need, no responsibilities. What would you do?
Live. I'd put on this cloth, give the punters a smile, and you wouldn't see me for dust.
Just like that. I mean, you walk out on your friends, your business.
George, let's face it. You and I are not in the first flush of youth. At our age, we've got one last chance. If it came along, I'd grab it.
Even though you worked so hard to build this place up.
You can't take it with you. Only a fool lets life pass him by.
Only a fool.
What is it, George? You won the lottery?
Not yet, old son. But you never know your luck in the big city, do you?
What's going on? What are you trying to do? You know, if you want to communicate with me, that's fantastic, but do it. Don't play games with me. Come on, Stephen, I know you can do it.
Hi, how you doing?
Sam, I wasn't expecting to see you.
You all right?
Yeah, I have a lot of work to do, you know. It's not a good time.
I thought any time was a good time to see the woman you love.
Sam, there really isn't anything for you to worry about, you know. I'm fine.
You're a bit spooked this morning.
Oh, Sam.
One of these days, you're going to realise just how much you really mean to me, Amy.
Sam, you're gonna have to go.
Form's slipping a bit, Gerald. I'd work on it if I were you. I only keep champions on my team. Remember that.
Mr. Hughes.
Aha, James. I just thrashed Gerald Hopkins. Marvellous feeling. Keeps the junior partners in their place. Wonderful game, tennis. Marvellous combination of ability and, well, what shall we say, gentle threat. Bit like practicing law, really.
Well, I can't tell you what this means to me, Mr. Hughes. I really appreciate you inviting me here.
Well, I like to look after my staff.
Well, I won't let you down either. All I want to say is what an honour it is to play against you.
My dear boy, how on earth can you even think about tennis when your wife is having an affair? I know exactly how you feel, James. The husband is always the last to know.
But Penny, that's impossible.
No man likes to think that the wife he loves, the wife he cares for and provides for, can behave like a strumpet.
I mean it, Mr. Hughes. There is absolutely no way Penny is sleeping with anyone else.
Who knows why women do this sort of thing? But it's the truth, I'm afraid. You must have gone out sometime this morning.
No, I was at home working hard all day.
You better say your wife behaves like this under your very nose. What sort of a marriage do you have?
We're both fairly busy people, Mr. Hughes.
First mistake, James. That is a perfect scenario for infidelity. My wife went to your place this morning. She found a strange man in the flat.
A strange man? Well, what did he look like?
Well, according to her, one of those sleazy types, muscles bulging out of a vest, trousers so tight they can't even sit down. I can tell you, Barbara was somewhat put out when she came to the office to let me know. We can't have weak men on the team, James. Personal problems interfere with the job.
Mr. Hughes, I agree. It must be a temporary aberration. Easy fixed.
Yes, you bet your life. I've got plans for this fellow. We are going to find him, and we're going to deal with him.
Poor old man. And the dog next door harasses him. Some people, eh?
You really take your job seriously, don't you?
I wouldn't do it otherwise, Sarge.
Why'd you join the force, Max?
I wanted to help people. You know, protect people. Make the world a nicer place.
Yeah, I used to be like that. I mean, sometimes doing your job means hurting people, not helping them.
I know.
Now, when you get to my age, Max, you start thinking less about other people and more about yourself.
It's not such a bad thing, you know, Sarge.
Where will you be when you get to my age?
Still on the force, I hope.
Reckon you'll still be as dedicated as you are today?
Absolutely. I mean, you've taught me a lot about never giving up on something, Sarge, until you've seen it through to the end.
Yeah, Max, you keep on believing what you've just said. You're gonna be all right. Well, I'm gonna take an early mark. See you tomorrow.
Sure, Sarge.
How is he?
He's been stabilised.
Oh, thanks very much. I can take it from here. His cardiac output's low.
He could have had another arrest, couldn't he?
Very likely. Given the severity of his head injuries, the prognosis is not good.
Ellie, it was the same thing, the way it happened. Sam came in to see me, he kissed me, and there was an immediate reaction.
I don't think the two things are related.
Ellie, he started watching me. I checked his eye today and it moved.
A reflex action, not unusual.
No, it moved on me. I saw it.
Look at him. There's no way he could respond.
No, that's what he wants you to think, okay? Nobody else can see it because he's playing games.
Amy, he's comatose.
No, I saw his eye move. When I had one of the other doctors come and check it, he stopped doing it.
I think you're reading far too much into this.
Ellie, I'm not. He just won't let anyone else but me see it. That's all.
I'm worried about her, Dr. Fielding.
That makes two of us.
She's been having bad dreams every night. She wakes up screaming. Awake or asleep, all she thinks about is Stephen Richardson.
That's exactly what happened to Sheridan. She became obsessed.
I tell her she's too involved, but she just doesn't listen.
Well, she's going to have to listen to me because this can't go on any longer.
Nice game. Put him up!
Huh?
Come on, shape up!
I don't box, Mr. Hughes.
Nonsense, boy. Show us what you're made of.
I don't really think it's all that helpful.
Well, perhaps you're right. I had hoped that you would deal with this cowboy the simple man's way.
Sorry?
Don't be sorry, boy. No one on my team is ever sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean, look, I don't think beating this guy up is going to work.
In your case, perhaps you're right. Now, when I was a lad...
Look, Mr. Hughes, why don't I talk to Penny, confront her with it, try and make her see sense?
You do that, lad. Then bring her back here and show her what a man you are. You can beat her at tennis, can't you?
Yes, I'm sure I can.
All right. Well, go to it and show her what dealing with a real man means.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Hughes. How could you?
Beg your pardon?
You're cheating. You're having an affair.
Jamie, we're not having a relationship, so how can I be cheating on you?
Well, Mr. Hughes thinks we're having a relationship. And you know I'll only keep the job as long as we're happily married. And here you are bringing strange men home.
What strange men?
Yeah, what strange men?
What makes you think I would bring a strange man here?
Mrs. Hughes told Mr. Hughes, who told me. And she saw the guy.
Really? And what exactly did this strange man look like?
Young, Sleazy, lots of rippling muscles, tight pants, bit of a cowboy.
Oh, him.
Oh, so you admit it? Well, would you mind explaining yourself?
Better than that, I'll show him to
What?
you.
He's here now?
There.
Huh?
You answered the door to Mrs. Hughes, remember? Dressed as Bronco.
Yeah, but I don't have rippling muscles and tight pants.
Yeah, well, that must be her fantasy. At least she didn't recognise you.
So what? She still thinks you're having an affair with a stranger.
But it's you.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that. She thinks the strange man's a strange man.
Whoops. What are we going to do?
I don't know. We better think fast because they want to discuss it over tennis.
Tennis? I hate tennis.
Nothing's changed. You can check the chart.
Amy, this might sound like a contradiction, but specialing a patient is one time when you need your nursing skills least.
Oh? How's that?
Well, you're spending all your time with one patient. It comes down to personalities, the relationship you develop with them.
Well, that would make sense.
I've seen brilliant nurses who weren't able to special someone, not because they weren't good, but because they weren't right for that person. No one's fault.
You're saying that I'm not right for Stephen?
I think you're getting too close to him, yes. Look, sometimes these things don't work out, and that's okay. It's not a black mark against your name.
But this is working out. I mean, look, I'm getting on fine.
Stephen's no ordinary patient. You've got to admit that, Amy. I've seen it happen before. He's got this morbid fascination for people, and you're falling for it.
I really wasn't getting carried away, Ellie. Something is going on between us.
That is exactly what I'm talking about.
I wasn't imagining it.
You've got too close to be able to tell. And that is unprofessional. And dangerous for Stephen as well as for you.
What are you saying to me?
For your sake, as well as for his, I'm going to take you off this case.
No, Ellie, please don't.
Look, I'm sorry, but with what's been happening, I don't have any choice. It really is for the best, believe me.
Hello? You're home early?
Well, don't you think I deserve some time off?
Yeah, you do. Look. It's from Nikki and Zach.
Ah, it's nice.
They've settled in and they're getting on really well with Heather. Apparently, she's being the perfect mother, which is nice for my sister for a change, huh? George, look, I know you miss him, but I do too.
Oh, yeah, but no, it's not that, Martha.
Well, what is it?
Look, I've got to make a decision, and you have to help me make it.
I'm not going to be looking after you anymore, Stephen. Ellie's taken me off your case. Well, believe me, I tried to argue with her, but she wouldn't listen. She thinks I'm going crazy. Yes, well, see? If you hadn't played games with me, I could have stayed. No one would have had any reason to think that I couldn't cope or that I was going nuts. But now they do. So there it is. I just wish I knew if I had been imagining this. If you were trying to tell me something, I wish I knew what it was. Stephen, if you are trying to tell me something, then please do it.
What do you think it'll be like for us in 5 years, Martha?
You'll be happily retired, going out fishing and cooking for me for a change.
You'll still be doing your district nursing, and I'll be rattling around inside an empty house.
Oh, come on. It'll be great. Always complaining about not having enough time to play bowls.
There's more to life than lawn bowls, Martha.
I know that. We'll have plenty of time to do everything we want.
But not the money. I'm on a police pension.
Well, we can still enjoy ourselves. We've never been ones for flashy holidays and living it up anyway.
Yeah, but what if I want more than just scraping by on a pension? What if I want more for you?
Look, I don't need anything else. You mean everything to me. And as long as we've got lots of years together ahead of us, then I'd be greedy to ask for anything more.
Martha, no, you wouldn't be greedy. You're a wonderful woman and you deserve more. You deserve overseas trips and weekends away.
How sweet. You have been letting your imagination run away with you.
Well, it's not just in my imagination.
What do you mean?
Ed Farrell's made me an offer. I look after his son for a year and quit the force. You look after us for the rest of our lives.
Ed Farrell? How can you possibly consider anything that man might have to offer?
Even if it's a good, well-paid situation? Yeah. Anyway, I'm considering it, Martha.
Well, that's about it. It's the end of my shift, Stephen, so, guess this is it. Bye.
Mummy? Please, Mummy, don't go. Don't leave me.
You don't want me to go, do you?
Guy 1 all the way to California, where an attempt at reconciliation doesn't quite go to plan, in Falcon Crest after the break.